Hi everyone, it's Miss Skinner. Today we'll be continuing our conversation of the early U.S. government by discussing the presidential powers. These include all of the things that the President of the United States can and cannot do. We'll be using technology and each other to explore.
I am excited to learn together about the three branches of government. Remember, the three branches were designed to balance and separate power in government. The first of the three branches is the legislative. They make the laws and are comprised of Congress, Senate, and the House of Representatives. Another branch is the judicial branch. They interpret or make decisions based on the laws and are made up of the Supreme Court and other smaller local courts. The final and most well-known branch is the executive branch. They carry out the laws and are made up of the president, the vice president, and the members of cabinet. Now that we have a better understanding of the three branches of government, up next, presidential powers.
Over the course of today's lesson, you will have three jobs. The first will be to pull from the information that we talked about yesterday as it relates to the executive branch and its jobs. The second will be to work with a partner using your Chromebook to complete a web quest. After, we will come back together for a group discussion to talk about questions like, do you think it's fair that a person must be 35 to be president? Should a president be allowed to be in his role for more than 2 terms?
While the rules for presidents are important to understand, before we do any of that, we must first understand the different powers that the president has once he is elected. The first presidential power is that of the head of state. In this role, he is in charge of the ambassadors and emergency powers. The second is a chief executive. He is the head of policy, he controls the budget, and he appoints other people to their positions. The third is that of the commander-in-chief. He is the head of each of the branches of the United States military and is in control of all of the armed forces. Another presidential power is that of chief legislature. He is the final say of the American government and has strong influence over our laws and governing bodies. The president is also chief diplomat. He represents the United States to the rest of the world as the leader of our country. Finally, he is the party chief. Whether a Democrat or a Republican, the President of the United States is viewed as and looked at as though he is the head of that party. Now that we have discussed the three branches of government and the different presidential powers, take a moment to look at this word cloud and reflect based on what we have talked about together so far before we begin our web quest with partners.
I'm going to show you how to open a Google document so that you can answer the questions for today's web quest with your partner. When you go to the top right corner of your screen, you'll see the Google Apps waffle, as I call it. You're going to click that and scroll to where you see Google Docs. You're going to press once and you're going to click blank. The first thing that you're going to do is to change the title of your document. At the top, you can write the same title so that I know who your partner was and so that it's easily organized. And then as you go, you can number the questions as you find your answer. In order to work on it together, though, you'll need to share the document with a classmate. You'll go up here to the top right where it says share. When you hover there, you'll see that it says it's only private to me. We want to change that, so we'll click share. And then I'll start to type in the name of the person that I want to share it with. So you can click that, and that way it will come up in that person's Google Drive. If I want to go and find that document in my Google Drive, I would press my Google Drive icon, and I would suggest going to the Recent tab and clicking Web Quest. Then you'll see that your new Web Quest document opens up.
To review, in this lesson, we reiterated different branches of government. We talked about the different presidential powers and the role of the United States President, and we spoke about the Electoral College and its impact in our election and voting system. You had an opportunity to work individually, with a partner on a web-based web quest, and with the entire class as we discussed and recapped everything that we learned today.